about nothing. It's me, your boy, the hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, per usual, we got the cute boy here himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello to beautiful people.
What's up, beautiful people?
It's so fun. I feel like when we start the episodes, it's you always emerging from your egg, presenting yourself to the world for the podcast.
What's going on, world?
What's going on, world? I love that. You know, I was about to say I love the movie Land Before Time, but we don't need to talk about that. What we do need to talk about is that Robbie and I recently had a special adventure day together.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
We went to the American Dream Mall out in New Jersey. It's the biggest mall in New Jersey. I think it might be one of the biggest malls besides the Mall of America
in the country. I believe so, too.
It has stuff. It has everything. It has anything that you could possibly want. They have. And Robbie and I went there and we filmed a whole Patreon episode there, which is
what?
I was wondering what was happening.
Second mall.
Google,
Second biggest mall. Third biggest mall, King of Prussia Mall. Another classic mall that I really like.
Wow.
Have you been to the King of Prussia Mall?
I believe so. I don't want to say yes or no.
It was like an hour away. It was like an hour away from where I went to college, and it was the closest Shake Shack when I was in college.
So
we would go there for Shake Shack.
But anyways, we went to that mall, and that mall had everything, guys. And we filmed a Patreon episode there. We did some vlogs. We interacted with some stuff. And at the end, we got to sit down, do some mini little podcast episodes on benches and stuff like that, which was really nice. And then at the end, I did face my fears and went on the Ferris wheel that it presents to, you see this New York City skyline. I faced my fears and I went on the Ferris wheel, even though I don't like heights.
Yes, you did.
The footage doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I said or I felt in the footage. What matters is my action.
Yes.
If they were to write the history story of me going on the Ferris wheel, it would go like this. He entered the Ferris wheel and exited the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, if I was dead and nobody else could record the history.
Yeah.
I was the only one. I mean, not if I was dead. There's video footage now. Yeah, you were struggling.
I struggled a little bit.
For sure.
So if you want to see who I really am with everything stripped from all the protection, all the comedy removed, just a man naked and afraid, look at me on the American Dream Ferris wheel. We will be posting that footage on the Patreon. I don't know if I'll ever be willing to share that with the general public.
We'll post something.
Oh, no!
I will hopefully check out, if you can't subscribe to the Patreon, I'm hoping that we'll put a smaller clip on YouTube at some point. But it's 51 minutes. We just finished editing it. We have a lot of footage from the mall. It's our best vlog yet by a long shot, I would say.
There we go.
And it's a work in progress, us vlogging. But we just sat through and edited it. I think it came out really nice.
It did come out nice.
We did a lot of fun stuff at the mall. I was extremely impressed with the mall. I think malls are back, or this could be the blueprint to bringing malls back.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Malls itself aren't back.
Yes.
This mall, if other malls took a lesson from this mall, malls could come back.
It felt like I was a kid again.
Well, here's what this mall does that's amazing is, unlike other malls where you go to shop, this mall reminds us that you go for activities and you shop along the way.
Yes.
Your shopping is just the circumstances of the fun activities that there are to do there.
Absolutely.
Just like Disney World does the same exact thing.
Disney World is a giant store.
Disney World is a store.
Yeah.
You go and you spend money at the food courts, but it's in Adventureland. You know what I mean? Right? It's all the same thing. You go to H&M, except you're buying Mickey ears instead of some nice pants.
Yes. I mean, every ride has a store. They understand that it's a store.
And this mall kind of understands that fact that people show up for
activities.
People want to go to a mall
thing to do.
To do something, right? Something that they could have an activity to do. And then people will buy stuff.
Yes.
No one's going to a mall for Banana Republic.
No. I mean, some people are. But those days are gone. I guess you're right. Not anymore. Not anymore. People just buy it online.
People buy it online and send it back, right?
Yeah.
But it's
I'm unique in that I like to shop in person.
I think some people do when they have to pick an outfit for an event.
Yes.
But even then, my mom, I remember for like an event, she ordered 4 dresses and she'll just send back the one she doesn't like.
That's what my mom does.
It's truly what everyone does.
Yeah.
We don't try on anymore at home. We buy a ton and return a few.
Yes. That's what my mom does for Christmas. She has multiple iterations, multiple colors, multiple sizes.
Yeah.
But no, we had a blast. I was telling everyone all weekend how great the mall was, and their first question is like, "What did you buy?" And I'm like, "I didn't buy anything.
Nothing.
I just had a great time walking around the mall." I'm a kid who was entertained by walking around the mall.
Because we have to remember we were people that grew up in malls.
Yes.
And we didn't go to malls as kids to buy stuff.
Yeah.
We went to the malls for the social aspect of it.
Yeah, to go
to
hang.
see people, to
go hang, to see other mall kids.
And then you'd stumble upon.
Yeah.
And then you'd stumble upon buying.
Yeah.
And when malls get back to that kind of attitude, our generation growing up, going to the mall, it wasn't about the stores. It was about the mall.
Yes.
So the more that you feed the mall itself, the better the stores will do.
Yeah. I mean, it's like people watching. It's a great people watching place. There's characters at the mall.
It's great.
It's like you would do Man on the Street before Man on the Street was a thing, before there was cell phones. It's just like I want to just go mingle with randos at the mall.
Yeah.
With your friends.
You get in trouble at the food courts.
You get in trouble everywhere.
You go, you all of a sudden you notice that one of your mom's coworkers is at the food court
Yeah.
too, and you're like, yo, chill the fuck out. Chill.
Yeah.
Chill. We can't go back and get more chicken teriyaki right now. Yeah. Chill, bro.
You just come up with little challenges in the mall. I mean, the mall is endless creativity. If you have a slight imagination, I think you can really take it to wild places at the mall.
Slight imagination. You know how many hours I just spent? My spa was Sharper Image growing up.
Oh, of course.
I've
done that before.
Before I even knew what a spa was.
Yeah.
Sharper Image was my spa. And what was that? I would spend an afternoon and I would call it my spa day. I would just go in Sharper Image and use all the free samples.
Of course.
I would just sit in the massage chair until there was a line.
Yeah.
Until people were waiting. And then I'd finally get up and you know what I do?
Go to a different massage.
Get the massage hands, the handgun, start going up and down my body.
They have the back one. They have just the leg ones. They have the full. They have multiple chairs.
And then all of a sudden you're trying out like a fan that you blow in your face and you can walk around.
Yeah.
I was cold plunging with fans, doing saunas with hair dryers. Sharper Image was truly a spa day for me.
It was nice.
And I all of a sudden, if I want to stimulate my mental fortitude, I would take that cluster of nails that was bent together and try to separate them.
Yeah.
If I really want to have an intellectual moment at the spa day, I would separate the nails.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice.
Yeah, so the mall means a lot to us. So it was.
Yeah, it was this specific mall, whatever you want to call it, structure has been in construction almost my entire life too.
It's been for 30 years.
Well, it opened in 2020, and I want to say shortly after.
It's 4 years.
9/11, it was going to be. Xanadu was this whole concept that they were going to do. It was going to be an extreme adventure park. It was going to be an amusement park at one point. Then it was going to be, it just had so many iterations, this space, where it was such a joke of like, this will never happen. This will just be in construction my entire life.
You never knew what was going to come.
We never knew. We just figured it would end up being nothing. So the fact that it is a real ass place that is open is kind of mind blowing.
Because it was always.
I mean, I grew up so close to it.
It was always just this idea of something was going to happen.
Yeah, there was. Do you remember it was like a whole bunch of different colors at one point?
Mm-hmm.
They had this whole. They built a big ass building.
Yeah.
That was like multicolored, multi-patterned, like, and it never opened.
Damn.
So I kind of just assumed this thing would never. I never thought that it would become something, and to see it be something that was so nice.
And there we are.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was really cool, but yeah, definitely go check out the Patreon. We did like 3 little podcasts in the mall.
Yep.
And then there's a bunch of funny stuff. Us walking around.
Beautiful. So, as you know, this is a soda podcast, Rob.
Okay.
I don't know if you're on board with that or not.
I'm a seltzer person. I don't know what the look is. I'm a seltzer person. I drink a lot of seltzer.
Okay. Would you
Probably 3
can you say club soda?
Club soda. Yeah.
I
generally say club soda.
Club soda.
Okay.
You know the difference?
No.
Club soda is sodium.
Okay.
So
I probably drink seltzer.
You drink seltzer.
Yeah,
It's okay.
that's okay.
We're a soda podcast.
Sure.
I have big news.
Yeah, for sure.
Can we be a soda podcast? I like my soda. So I gotta give some flowers out right now. I gotta give them their
Okay.
flowers. Something big just happened, man. A sleeper cell just took the second position in most sold sodas in the country.
Okay.
The most sold sodas, just a sleeper came out of nowhere. Someone you wouldn't expect is the second most sold soda.
Okay. Who's one? Coke?
Coca-Cola.
Regular Coke.
Just the brand, Coca-Cola.
Okay, brand Coca-Cola.
Second?
Number one.
Dr. Pepper.
Wow.
Dr. Pepper just beat Pepsi in soda sales.
Is Dr. Pepper, root beer, and Coke combined?
It's 23. It's 23 flavors.
Okay.
It's
You believe that?
Why should I not?
Well, is root beer 12 flavors and Coca-Cola 11?
I think it's a new concoction.
Okay, you think it's a new concoction.
I think that's like you saying vodka sauce is tomato sauce and Alfredo sauce.
Okay.
It is
It's
not.
It's not.
It's not.
Okay.
But there is a
It's
way
close.
that you could. Yes,
Yes.
it's close.
Yes.
There's a way that I could see the mistake.
Yes.
To untrained novice,
Okay.
I could, and that's why I had to bring it to your language, which
Okay.
is vodka sauce.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So I brought it to your language, right? I know how
Okay.
to communicate with you.
You're right.
So it's to a novice. You go, oh yeah, you put the tomato in the Alfredo vodka.
You're right.
Right? You go, you do the Coke and the root beer, Dr. Pepper. You couldn't be further from the fucking truth.
Okay.
You couldn't
I
be
mean,
further.
clearly.
Because here's the thing. Dr. Pepper's kind of good.
It is good.
Dr. Pepper is kind of freaking good.
Yeah.
And I think it's better than Pepsi. And I am so happy because what is Pepsi? A freaking copycat.
Okay.
Pepsi's a copycat. The only time I ever buy it is when they don't have Coke on sale, or they don't have Coke, or Pepsi has a great deal.
Oh, you will buy Pepsi for a deal.
I'm poor.
Okay.
I'm poor. I'll buy Pepsi for a deal, but Pepsi doesn't deserve to be number 2.
Pepsi was number 2 for a long time.
For so long, man. It was always Coke and Pepsi. There was the battle. When people grew up during different eras of battles, different eras of like, of the Yankees versus the Red Sox. People grew up during, it was different, I don't know. I can't think of a second battle. What
The like sports?
Any
Duke
battle.
UNC.
What?
Duke UNC.
Duke UNC, right? There was these like rivalries
There was
that would
rivalries.
exist.
LeBron, Steph.
Yeah, these rivalries would exist.
Yes.
And for me, I grew up not in these sports rivalries, but
Okay.
the Coke versus Pepsi rivalry.
Okay.
And it was battle, head to head.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, I almost became a Pepsi guy because of Britney Spears.
I mean, I get that.
Britney's literally Pepsi. Pepsi was like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Pepsi was looking for every shortcut that they could.
I mean, we were Pepsi house through and through. For sure, Pepsi house.
wow.
Always Pepsi. Never Coke in my house. 0 times have I seen Coke in my house. But I liked Coke.
You know what people never do?
What?
They never say Pepsi's full name.
Pepsi Cola?
No one ever says Pepsi Cola because then you realize, why am I not just having the real damn thing?
That's not true.
Yo, who's saying Pepsi Cola?
RC Cola, like
RC Cola always says cola because it wants to be associated with Coke.
Cola is just what it is.
The Pepsi's
The
trying to get
brand
away from
is
Coca-Cola.
Pepsi, but I don't even know what came first, Pepsi or Coke. Do you know?
Coke?
Are you sure?
I am not sure, but I would bet my fucking foot on it.
You aren't? You would
I
bet
mean,
your foot on it?
Either you're going to take it or Coke.
It became Pepsi Cola in 1898.
Uh-huh.
It was Brad's drink for 5 years before that. So we'll call it 1898. It became Pepsi Cola.
Okay, 1898. Before that, we had Brad just saying, hey, drink my drink. That sounds like he invented it in his dorm room.
It does. 1886.
Of course.
Wow.
So
they've been around a long time.
Yeah,
I
man.
think after you're at 100 years, we got to give them some legacy credit now.
Here's the thing, man. It's a copycat business, and it'll always be
Of
a
course.
copycat business. So that's why I'm happy that an individual finally pushed through.
Okay.
It wasn't just someone ripping off the best.
Yeah.
It was someone that was unique.
Yeah.
And I want to say this, man.
It is unique.
I got hope I got hope for other sodas to push Pepsi down.
You really hate Pepsi that much?
You know what it is?
What? What is it?
It tricks me how sweet it is with the first sip.
Okay.
Because it makes it extra sweet, so it would win the taste test. Did you know that?
The first sip, and then what happens? By the end of it, you're over it.
Yeah, it's not as good as for a longer drink.
Okay.
So during the battles, during the great wars of the Pepsi versus Coke, Pepsi wanted to win the taste test because that's what everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
So Pepsi was like, I'll just make it sweeter so it tastes better with one sip.
Oh.
Not better as its whole entity.
So the deception really pissed you off.
Oh, what a...
You want to see the demise.
It said, I'm going to make a good trailer and a bad movie.
Yeah.
That's what Pepsi did. Yeah. And Coke says, but we have a good product. We're just putting out... our trailer is our movie.
Yes.
And Pepsi hired... Literally, George Lucas, he had a score underneath it for his trailer. He did everyone.
Yeah.
And then you get there and it's a student fucking film that just copied The Godfather.
It's a student film that George Lucas worked on.
George Lucas did the trailer. George Lucas did the trailer.
Okay. So it's the trailer that George Lucas made and then followed by... The film. Student film.
No, the film was made first. Okay. And then they go, fuck, we're in a battle. We're in the battle with the great one.
George Lucas, what can you piece together?
George Lucas, what can you do?
I got it.
He got John Williams hitting the fucking strings. Yeah. Right? It became an epic battle.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, congrats, Dr. Pepper. This is what being an individual is about. This is staying in your lane, playing your own game, making sure that you know how to handle your business, not being changed by the game that other people want to play around you. Everyone might be shooting 3-pointers, but you're staying in your lane and you're taking those mid-range jumpers, Dr. Pepper. And you're fucking crushing.
I mean, yeah, the mid-range is gone. I wonder, the Sprite, Sierra Mist, 7-Up, they don't exist anymore. Starry.
It's Starry.
Sprite, Starry. And then Mountain Dew, who wins that battle? Sprite?
Yeah, probably.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because we were Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew had a really severe moment, I would say, when we were teens.
When Code Red.
Yeah. Code Red.
Code Red was like...
Code Red was crazy.
Code Red was you have no idea. I felt...
My best friend that I grew up across the street with, that was his favorite drink.
Code Red?
Yeah.
It was hard to find.
We found it.
No, I know, but it wasn't in every store.
Yeah.
I just meant like it was. Yeah. It was exclusive.
It was exciting. They had a light blue one too, Mountain Dew.
Yeah, they had a lot.
Mountain Dew was really made a push.
And then they just.
You think they just fell off?
They settled into a committed relationship with Taco Bell. Mountain Dew settled for Taco.
Yeah, you're right.
Mountain Dew was like, I'm gonna play the fields for a while. I'm a Baja Blast this, Code Red that.
Yes, Baja Blast was the blue. They did a combo.
100%. And they had all these orange flavors. They were really playing the fields. And then they're like, I'm not going to get much better than Taco Bell.
It was a good marriage.
It was, I mean.
It is a good marriage.
You can't think of like the duo of Taco Bell and Mountain Dew. It's like, wow, let me get some sloppy, wet food to make me tired and hit it with a bunch of caffeine.
Yeah. It's a good combination.
It's a great combination.
Yeah, it's overrated to try to be in the rat race.
It's settled and it's happy.
Yeah.
And people
probably
go
still
to
top
Taco
10,
Bell
top 20
to seek out
Mountain
a
Dew.
Baja Blast.
Yeah.
So people associate the two. It's actually a beautiful thing.
It is really nice.
I wish I could find a relationship as good as that.
Yeah.
That I'm compatible but compliment the other person just as much as Taco Bell compliments a Baja Blast.
Wow.
But the two of them, when they settled together, society said, does anyone have any object? Society said, does anyone object?
Okay.
And the people said, no, I'll see you at fourth meal.
Yeah.
I'll see you later tonight.
Yeah.
Nothing like 2 a.m. in the morning getting a Crunchwrap Supreme and the soda with the most caffeine.
Yeah. It's a good, I mean, I've only had Taco Bell once in my life. So I can't really speak on it.
Make me sick.
But I've only had it once.
What'd you have?
It's embarrassing to even say.
A plain taco.
Worse.
Potatoes.
Cheese quesadilla.
Nothing on it?
Cheese. I just said cheese.
So, as you know, I am going away this weekend.
Yeah. South Carolina.
I'm driving to South Carolina. I'm doing shows. If you're in the Charleston area, come out, check it out. It should be fun if you're listening to this. But I'm going on this long road trip.
I've done that trip probably 45 times in my life, maybe more, 60 times.
Incredible. I can't wait to feel like little you in the back
You
of the
will
car.
feel like little me.
I'm going to feel like
with
little
the
you.
tiny little TV, bungee corded to the whole thing, watching my dog Skip.
Oh, my God. I can't wait.
So I've done that. That's a long drive.
12 hours I'm going to be in the
Yeah,
car.
to
And
South
here's
Carolina.
the thing. We're leaving early in the morning, and I love coffee. I need my coffee, but I hate to say it. Coffee makes me peeps.
My mom, you get to go to the bathroom one time. One
Stop.
bathroom break.
No, that's not happening on our trip.
10 hours. You get one bathroom break in Virginia.
Jesus Christ.
Figure it out.
No. So I'm doing this long trip, and I'm like, I could do one coffee in the beginning.
Yeah.
Kind of to wake me up so I could be there. But I'm going to need something else on this 12-hour trip.
Especially you got to be awake the whole time.
I'm going to probably be.
expected?
Yeah, I'm not expected. I don't sleep in cars.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
I'm not a good car sleeper. So I know that I can't pee. So I'm going to take one of the Magic Mind shots.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's perfect.
So I think it'll really help. It's a mental performance shot. It's supposed to like help boost your mental stability. I don't know. There's a 7-day challenge that they have here where if you take it 7 days every day, that you should feel not only the instant, like, I guess, like caffeine kind of benefits and stuff like that through nootropics, but you also will feel like
overall
benefits after 7 days. So I'm going to do this week challenge. So I'm going to bring these with me so I don't have to pee a lot on the drive and see if my brain starts working better.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I took it the last time, and you take it with the coffee. It's nice.
You could take it with the coffee, take it with the. I'll take it without a coffee.
Yeah, I mean at the same time, I would drink the coffee, then take the shot.
Yeah,
and I felt good for the day.
Yeah, I'm going to try the 7 days. I'm going to see if the 7 days work. I'm also excited to be, I love sipping on something.
Of course.
And I can't be drinking big drinks in the car, so it's a little
you're
drink.
going to sip on the mini
I'm
guy?
going to sip on a little Magic Wand in the car. It's going to make me feel like I have something to do for a half hour,
That's
you know?
amazing.
And I'll do it for the 7 days. I'll let you everyone know how that feel after those 7 days. But if you want to check out Magic Mind, if you're interested in, if you're a coffee drinker or if you want something else besides coffee, go check out magicmind.com/loudaboutnothing and use the promo code loudaboutnothing20, and I believe you get 20% off your entire order or 48% off a subscription if you sign up for a subscription.
Beautiful.
So Magic Mind, all my friends in the car, thank you. Because now I won't have to pee. Because the last road trip I went on with Robbie, remember we had to pull over 5 minutes before the Airbnb?
Yes, we did.
And I took a 4-minute long piss?
Yes, you did.
I peed for 4 minutes, Magic Mind. I peed so long
Yeah, I think there was 2 minutes left on the GPS.
that you filmed me and that you stopped filming because it got boring.
Yeah.
And because I like drinking the coffee. I like feeling, I'm not a person in the car that wants to feel dead.
Yeah.
I like to feel awake and alive. So I'm going to be
Beautiful.
awake, alive, and I'm not going to have to peeps.
I was a super picky eater.
Yeah,
which is really annoying.
Yeah, picky eaters are hard.
Really annoying.
They're really hard to be around.
Yes.
And
it's really annoying.
it's really
And my dad used to get really annoyed. It was one of his most annoying things that he would happen in the world. Would be if the kids didn't want to eat. He would just be like so confused. Because he loves food. His favorite thing in the world is food.
and you want to share it.
That's what exactly. I mean, I've grown up. I would not consider myself a picky eater today.
Yes.
But back in the day, I was intolerable. Some of the stuff that I would have to do would make you. I don't even know if you would want to be my friend anymore.
I know when I'm being a picky eater, I feel so guilty around other people.
Yeah, it's hard.
And that's when you just kind of like do your thing, or you make it clear. If I'm going to be a picky eater, go somewhere, I give someone the heads up.
Yeah. No,
Like,
you have
I need to eat plain.
My mom would give people warnings.
Oh, that Rob's a bad eater.
Rob's a bad eater. I would have a grilled cheese at a barbecue. I didn't have a burger until I was like 13, 14. That's why I never had a hot dog, because I was such a picky eater.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it is really, really frustrating to have picky eaters around. And I'm embarrassed by that.
And now you're not a picky eater.
I would say no.
Can I say something controversial?
What?
Rich people don't know how to eat.
No, I agree.
Rich people
100%.
don't know how to freaking eat. Like,
they need to be told. They need to be told by a Reddit or a thing or like the ambiance. Like they don't understand what's good food.
They can't formulate opinions about like what's good and what they like. They like things just because of how complicated it was to make it.
Yes.
They like the process of food.
Yes.
They like the presentation of food rather than food itself. A poor person knows how to freaking eat.
Oh, for sure.
And they know good food.
They know good food.
You
Yeah,
know
and it doesn't
why?
have to be expensive.
No, not at all. Because they've eaten trash.
Of course.
You've eaten trash. As a poor person, you eat shitty food.
For sure.
And so then you know when food is good.
Yeah.
You know who knows good art? An art teacher for shitty art students.
Yeah.
Because all they're doing is consuming shitty art.
Yes.
They go, damn, this place is great.
Yeah.
They're the tastemakers.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't know good art? People that are able to buy a Picasso and put it in their home.
100%.
Because they go, oh, it's a Picasso. That's not what they sound like. They sound like this. They go, it's a Picasso.
I also don't think they can connect to some of the art of like what the motive is behind. Like if you don't understand the life of, I mean, paintings is a little bit different, but with storytelling, I mean, people want to tell a story through painting or any type of art that is somewhat narrative. And it's like, I don't see how they connect to this at all. Or like, you have this really expensive painting about the struggles in this European time period of whatever. And it's like, you're just one of the most wealthy people in the world. How are you even able to relate to this?
Even the idea of a warm belly, a full warm belly.
Yeah.
You know how how feeling like light and full, but satisfied in a sterile environment, a rich, sterile environment feels fine.
Yeah.
But to have a full belly makes me feel like I'm sitting on a couch with stains on it.
For sure.
In a good way. In like the best way. Like I'm sitting in a lazy boy that has seen generations.
Yes. It's a comfortable lazy boy.
It's a comfortable
My great grandma's chair in Staten Island.
100%.
Comfortable chair.
You feel good in it.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what like eating a good meal is. You get inside something that's been used and you feel safe and full and satisfied and you're not worried about the shit around you.
Yeah.
If you're so rich that everything's around you sterile, I feel like you might eat a meal and go, what the fuck is my life?
Yeah.
You might look if you indulge in a good chicken parm. Or
I was thinking chicken parm too, of course.
You're sitting there with a good chicken parm. You have it, a couple glasses of wine, some garlic bread. You might look around and go, how did I end up in this fucking ivory tower?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you would think they don't like to do that.
And you know what the fucking worst move that rich people do?
What?
They take a good fucking food like chicken parm and they turn it into some bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
They deconstruct it, or they fucking foam it up, or they add some bullshit to it that it maybe accentuates the flavor of it. I don't eat chicken parm just for the flavor. I eat chicken parm for the.
Yeah. That's the number one reason I eat chicken parm.
I
eat 3 chicken parm heroes a week. And I moan when I eat it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
It's about like as you eat it, you stare at it. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, yeah.
I've never.
Of course.
I feel like rich people don't get what food is. Rich people
a lot of times.
And
it's weird because they have access to some of the best food. And I don't think they know how to enjoy it.
Well, that's why the best food has now become altered into this like high-end, not satisfying situation.
Yeah.
The rich people, in my mind, hyper-rich billionaires, we should take things away from them.
Okay.
They shouldn't be allowed good food. They shouldn't be allowed good music or good entertainment.
I mean, I'm not opposed.
I'm just like, in my opinion, they don't know how to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking give it to them.
They don't really.
They don't.
I think a lot of them missed, I mean, clearly, the point of like Parasite, probably one of my favorite movies of the last 5 years.
Tremendous.
For a billionaire to love that movie is so funny to me. It's like, it's about killing you.
Yes.
Like, it's about how you are a parasite to society and how other people need to take advantage of other people in order to get ahead.
It's sick.
And it's like,
it's wild.
But
and also,
I think they don't understand music too. It's the same stuff I'm talking about with anytime it's narrative art, which food is narrative art, and sometimes also.
Definitely.
Especially, at the high level. And it's like, they don't deserve it. Because I don't think they can relate to the struggle in which it was born out of.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Feels full and sad. They're so far away from cave people.
And what this is supposed to do for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it is unfortunate.
And think about the least fun probably place to be at a concert.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Luxury box, first row. At like a fancy concert.
Yeah. I mean,
a luxury
box is fun.
For you,
if the people
are fun.
If you're with a group of people that are fun, but that's the thing, those types of people aren't fun.
If the luxury box, if they give away their tickets to other people, it
great. Will be fun. Yeah.
If the luxury box is just occupied with the people that paid for it,
yeah,
I don't want to be there.
It's really hard to be there with people that are super spoiled. Like super spoiled people are really hard to be around. That's something that I see on these like ski trips is it's a lot of super spoiled people and a lot of families that are just super wealthy. And you see the kids and even the parents of just like, you have gotten way too acclimated to this. You have no fucking concept of what a struggle is. And it's painful. It's painful to be around.
People
it's like, I should steal from you. It feels like I'm legally allowed to rob you if you're going to complain about these high level issues.
Yeah. People acclimate quick.
Yeah.
We don't realize that.
No, it's good to center yourself.
I mean, talking food,
Well, I wanted to say this. I feel like I judge how good a food is, not when I'm eating it and enjoying it and the flavors are entering my body, or even like 2 hours after. I would say how much I think about it in a week, in a month, in 6 months, in years.
Yeah.
There's certain meals that just come back. I have meals that come back once a week.
That you remember.
That I remember. And I'm like, oh my God, that was so fucking good.
The memory of a meal.
Yeah. When it comes and it hits you in the middle of the day, you're just walking and you're like, oh my God, that fucking filet mignon sandwich in Portugal. I wish I could have it.
That's what you liked, huh?
That one was really good.
You like the filet
mignon.
Risotto.
Some of the fish we had at the Sebastian restaurant.
Oh God, yeah.
The dessert that we had. I will say this.
Desserts.
The thing that I remember, what do you remember the most from the really fancy meal we did? Like, what can you access the taste right now? I would say the dessert.
The dessert and then the foie gras.
The foie gras second.
I didn't like it.
Me too. I can immediately access and I think it is the same spectrum. I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Because every time that I think about that meal, I can taste that lemon dessert, and then I could taste the foie gras.
Yeah.
And then I can maybe taste like the egg truffle, and then we had like a pork.
I can't even remember
the
other ones.
I had a feeling I have to actively try to get past the foie gras.
I remember
it was so fucking bad.
I remember the lemon so clearly.
Same.
So clearly.
And then I go right to the foie gras if I want to taste. And it's really a shame because I do think it was such a great meal. And the bread was really good. Like every single thing that came out after the foie gras, which we ate first, was really, 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 really good.
Yeah.
The Caesar salad, Dippin' Dots thing. But it really took me having to mentally like work to recall those other flavors and tastes because of how bad the foie gras was.
That's tough.
So that's another thing, I think. If something's really bad, it'll stick with you for a really long time.
Yeah. But that's a good point. Remembering your meals.
Yeah. And they'll hit you later. Like a really good chicken parm, the best chicken, like my aunt's chicken parm. That'll hit me in the middle of a week.
About my grandma's chicken parm.
How often does it just hit you?
A ton, man.
Really? It's such a weird phenomenon when you're like a fucking food that you've eaten months ago. Just
months ago. It's been
hits you years. Yeah.
20 years at this point.
Yeah, 20 years. That's crazy. And it's still.
I could still.
Visits you.
I could still feel it, man. Like that was. And you know what? She would love that. I think of her.
Of course.
That she would love that. Like I don't want to like people be like, oh, you can't just think of food with your grandma. She cooked for hours and hours to feed me that.
Oh, of course.
She would be.
They don't
so
know Italian
happy.
Grandmas. Then,
yes.
If they were to say that.
Yeah, so you wouldn't understand my culture.
Yeah.
My grandma would be so happy for me to remember her food and to vividly remember it in my mouth.
Yes.
It's the best I've ever had, and I just think about like that all the, and no one could do it right. No one could do it close. Like we always say, it's close, but it's never there. Nothing's ever there. Her chicken parm has changed my life.
Yeah. I don't think everybody thinks of food in this way of just like daydreaming about meals that you've had.
Well, people,
and they visit you like guardian angels.
Oh God, I know. People always ask what my favorite food is, and I'll say my grandma's chicken parm.
Okay.
And then they say, "Oh, how often do you have it?" Like I haven't had it in 20 years.
I love that.
Instantly,
I get it. Though.
Instantly a sad comment, but but
I get it.
My favorite, food, my comfort food. When I die, or when I die, I hope she's waiting there with the chicken parm.
Yeah, of course.
If I died and my grandma's standing there with the chicken parm,
You'd be like, all right, this is.
and my grandpa has a shirt, so I could change it to one of his T-shirts, so I could get stains all over my shirt and have a good time. I mean, I go. I guess I did get to heaven.
Yeah, for sure.
I guess I did.
Absolutely.
Everything did work out.
Yeah.
Oh God, because people do that last meal shit.
Yes.
And I would think my grandma's Sunday dinner.
That would be your last meal.
Yeah, and with everyone.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you know what's so fucked? Now they say the youth is wasted on the young, right?
Okay.
Like, I didn't realize how important and good those meals were because I was young. I was a kid. Like, I didn't realize how good it was. That's why it's, like, nice when you're older to kind of revisit, like, think about that stuff.
Yes.
And I think as an adult, we need to start doing things that young people do. That's why I
Okay.
have a new goal.
Okay, what's your goal?
My new goal is to study abroad as a college student. Hey, everybody. We are super excited because we have a sponsor for today's episode, and that sponsor is Sunset Lake CBD, and they have a new product, and that's why they're our sponsor today. They are the Delta 9 gummies. There's 50 milligrams of CBD and 5 milligrams of THC in every one of these gummies. Guys, these will get you ripped. Honestly,
take enough.
Take enough. I take one.
Oh wow, you feel nice off one.
Well, it depends how much you can handle of the
That's
THC.
true. That's
right.
true.
So what I like about these is that Sunset Lake, it's not like these random gummies that you're buying throughout Brooklyn and the city, going into a store, and I'm not sure how much the dosage is going to be, where it's coming from, if there's pesticides in these. These are gluten-free, vegan. I know exactly the farm that they came from. Every single gummy has the same amount of THC, same amount of CBD in it. So I know if I take one, I'll feel this. If I take two, I cannot take phone calls. So if you want to hang with the boys and maybe make the podcast a little bit funnier, we need a little help sometimes. Grab some of these Sunset Lake Delta 9 gummies. Also, if you're a lighter weight than me, go check out the Good Vibe gummies from Sunset Lake CBD. They are 1 milligram THC, so that you could really figure out how much you want to take. So if you want a little something more with the punch, go for the Delta 9s. If you want something a little lighter, go with the Sunset Lake, go with the Good Vibe gummies. And those will be 1 milligram THC. They also have tons of other CBD products there. What I consume, as me personally, I like
THC.
I like the THC. So
Same.
use the promo code LOUD, 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 when you buy these gummies. They're a good deal online. With the promo code, you'll get a discount, and you'll be supporting the podcast while having a little fun too. So use that promo code loud on Sunset Lake CBDs and cop some of these Delta 9 gummies to feel that funny energy. Beautiful, Robbie. Let's get back to the show. And I think as an adult, we need to start doing things that young people do. That's why I have a new goal.
Okay, what's your goal?
My new goal is to study abroad as a college student.
I love this.
All these girlies get to go study abroad, and they get to live, laugh, love. I never got that opportunity.
I didn't either.
I was deep in the throes of being a toxic drug boy.
I was deep in the throes of being a toxic frat boy.
So I want to be.
I never went abroad. I almost went. I had the whole application. I was gonna try to go to Oxford for a semester.
Oh.
I did a whole essays and this whole thing, and the honors program that I was in at school could go. We had a thing with Oxford, and I was like, I want to be president of Greek Life. And I had 1 year. I could choose to either go abroad for 5 or 6 months. Then I also went to see my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I'm gonna stay. I don't want to blame her. It was because I wanted to stay and do Greek Life. For sure.
It was just another reason.
It was like a thing, yeah.
I would love to be. I would go into the energy of a study abroad program right now, like a 19-year-old from the Midwest that was ready to see the world and change.
Yeah.
I would go in wide-eyed and ready for you to break my soul. Teach me about culture, right?
Is it nothing more privileged than being able to study abroad? Just go to Europe and learn about the culture and eat the food for 4 months and gallivant around with no real consequence, no real expectations, no pressures to do anything. Your only goal for 4 months is to absorb a culture that is inherently better than where you are.
That would be so beautiful.
Imagine.
I mean, that's my goal.
If I could get a scholarship today to go to fucking Italy for a year.
Oh my God.
And study. Sign me up. This
study.
is a dream.
God, I would be there every day.
Of course I would study.
I would be writing
I
papers.
am interested.
I would be writing papers, tasting wine, hooking up with Andres, right? I would be doing it all.
Yeah, of course.
I would fall in love. I would get my heart broken. I would have foods I never had. I would lose my luggage and say, "C'est la vie, c'est la me," right? Yeah. And I would stand on the top of buildings and I would go, "I'm here," and I would say it unironically, and I would bring that energy back to my life. I would go to the bottom of the Eiffel Tower and go, "Life is happening," and I would.
And you'd be right. And you would be right.
I would mean it
100%.
because these people have had those moments where they got to look at they got to stand in front of the Mona Lisa and they go, "I always knew." And then they get to bring that energy back. I want to just so badly. I want to bring that energy back. And everyone goes, "Sebastian, where have you been?" And I go,
I was abroad.
I was abroad in Paris. Found myself. Broke my heart. Came back. A different man. A different man than when I left.
I mean, it's being wasted on so many ungrateful people. I want to fucking study abroad. I would be an all-star.
To study abroad.
No one would do it better.
I would have the confidence to write poetry on it,
of
ironically. I would have the confidence to just spew. I think studying abroad would be like, okay, people do want to hear my bullshit. I wouldn't have to mask it in comedy. I wouldn't even be doing comedy if I studied abroad. I would just come onto this podcast and go, "I felt lonely this week." I felt alone. But what is loneliness? Besides being with just yourself? What is a crowd? Besides you, myself, and I.
That's nice.
Robbie, hit the music. To study abroad would give me this je ne sais quoi unwarranted confidence.
Yeah. Which I was a hater. Well, you know what? I was a hater. Wrong. I was a hater because a lot of people from my school went to Heidelberg, Germany, because we had like a sister connection through the business school. And I was like, if you're going to go abroad,
yeah, why go to Heidelberg?
Why go to Heidelberg, Germany? I mean, I'm not trying to be an ass, but I would make fun of, I was trying to be an ass. I would make fun of people for going to Heidelberg, Germany, because I'm like, go to Italy, go to France.
My friends studied in Florence, Rome,
Berlin. If you're going to go to Germany, I'm not even trying to be anti-German. I'm German a little bit.
Yeah, Berlin's
Go to Berlin.
I've been to Berlin. I
was just like, why are you going to a D-level city? Like, you've never left the country and you're going to go there for 5 months because we have a program? I was like, I guess it's easier and the credits transferred, but I'm like, do a little bit extra work and just find a better program. Barcelona.
It would be incredible, man.
I mean, it would be absolutely incredible.
That's truly, and then I would be able to come back and I would feel full.
Yeah.
And I would
embody the stereotype.
We are wasting. We're wasting it on them.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it.
Give it to us.
Give it to me.
I want to study fucking abroad.
But Daddy, I want to study abroad, Daddy. Please, Daddy. I want to go to Paris.
Yeah.
That's what I want so bad, man. You know, and because there's just I have so many people I know in my life that I love that studied abroad.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Didn't both your sisters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Making fun of them? I mean, they just...
I mean, of course, I knew a lot of people that study abroad. And I am... If I wasn't in charge of all of Greek life, I would have left.
Yeah, I was just wrapped up in my own shit.
Yeah.
I thought I was...
I guess you were starting comedy stuff, too.
I was starting some comedy. I was like... I was partying. I was like...
Yeah.
I was also
You were also in New York City.
I was in New York, yeah. I was in New York.
Hard to leave New York City.
But both of my sisters were, too.
Yeah.
They both went to college in New York.
Yeah.
So, but we were
They're not as extroverted, I think. Yeah, exactly.
I was going out.
Yeah. And New York is one of the best places in the world to go out. New York is one of the best places in the world to live. It's great. But we don't get to have a study abroad. I would study abroad in New York. Give me the study abroad experience in New York City where I could just eat food and go to museums.
It would be incredible.
And write one paper a week about them.
It would be incredible. Yeah, but that's not our lives, man.
No.
Our lives is me sitting here.
It can be if you rejoin the Patreon. Join the Patreon. We'll give you study abroad essays.
Every so often, Robbie and I will go, what if we just leave and move to Italy and we'll
do
the pod from there?
I'm more and more like I would go to Europe.
Let's just go.
Somewhere.
Let's just get rid of our places. Just go to fucking Europe. That's our like runaway.
Yeah.
Every so often he'll be like, let's go to Italy. You and I will just do the pod and we'll fucking say la vie.
We could meet people.
What do you mean we can meet? Of course we can meet
Yeah.
people.
We would have friends. We make friends pretty easily.
What do you mean? Yeah, of course we'll
Yeah.
meet people. I'm
We've
not
only
worried
made
about us
15
meeting
friends. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I want to go back somewhere.
people.
It was nice. I had been way too long without going to Europe, and it's nice to experience that.
It's good for the soul.
It is good for the soul because
And I hope
the
people out there
capitalism
get
in the
to do
United
it.
States is so crushing.
Or even go visit other places.
Yeah.
Like just to
Not even just Europe.
Yeah.
It
Totally.
is nice to travel.
Yeah, there's so many places besides. We think of Europe too much. I think like we could go to Central America, South America.
I loved
places in
Colombia.
Canada
Colombia was one of my
awesome.
favorite places I've ever been. I really liked China when I went to China.
Yeah.
It's good to travel. The art is good. The food is good. I mean, food is art too.
Food is art. Yeah, I love food because, I mean, here's the thing though, man.
What?
Everyone always talks about like food, right?
Of course.
Everyone talks about food and how much they love it. And I don't just love food, man.
Okay.
I love treats.
You like a treat.
Man, you know how online those motivational people be like, you got to find that dog inside you.
Okay. Yes.
Well, let me tell you, Daddy, my dog is a treat-based dog. My dog operates on treats. Okay?
The dog inside of you.
The dog inside of me is a treat-based dog.
I think every dog is a treat-based dog, and that's not really being talked about when they talk about the dog inside of
The
you.
dog inside of us is our treat-based dogs.
100%.
But here's the wild part of the situation. I'm the owner of the dog.
Yeah.
So you know what? It's a broken system because I get treats no matter what.
Okay.
I don't got to do paw to get a treat. I don't got to roll over.
You just treat.
Sometimes I'll say, Sebastian, make your bed this morning. You didn't.
Treat anyways.
You get a little treats. I think that separation of treats and meals is important too.
Yes.
Treats and meals separation is beautiful.
I'm almost too heavy on the treats.
I think most of society's too heavy on
Yeah.
treats. And I know that a lot of people, if they have like, I say my favorite meal is
Chicken parm.
my grandmother's chicken parm, long fusillis, rogat, brajol, hot sausage.
That's the meal. That's the plate.
That would be like the plates, right?
Yeah.
And of courses I would do, but like, what is my treats? What's my last meal? If I was to have a last meal, but it was like my last treat, so I wouldn't have to worry about like it filling me.
Okay.
Because your last meal, you want to be full.
Yes.
Last treat, you're just worried about
It's taste.
total mouth pleasure.
Okay. What
Well-
would you go? Mouth pleasure.
I was thinking last night, I'm like, I think I would go Coke Zero. And I know people would say, hey, you're going to die. Just drink the regular Coke. It's not about that.
Okay.
I like the fucking flavor.
You like the flavor of Coke Zero?
Yes. I think I would do Coke Zero.
Cheetos.
Very specific. The curled puffs. They're puffs, but in a cylindrical form.
Okay.
The Cheetos, curled puffs, and an edible.
An edible.
Let's fucking go
Send
out.
me off.
That's a treat, man. Those are treats.
I don't think you have enough.
It's a treat.
Yeah, I guess it's small.
It's a treat.
You can only. I don't know what I would do.
And you know what I would do in the background? An episode of The Office. Be the
Oh,
basic
really?
ass bitch I am.
Really?
Because that's a treat for me too.
Oh wow.
Just an episode of my last treat might be a Coke Zero, an episode of The Office, and some Cheetos
Okay.
with an edible.
Okay.
Woo, dog it. You tell me a better last treat way to live.
Okay. I don't know what I would do. To drink, probably like a sweet tea.
Sweet Arizona.
I like Arizona sweet tea. I like Wawa sweet tea.
You like a Wawa. Now we're getting good.
Wawa sweet tea.
Oh God.
I like a cheese and a chocolate.
So do that, man.
So that's what I'm thinking. I think I would go sliced cheese over cheese and crackers, sliced cheese and crackers over the Smart Food popcorn for my cheese.
Cool.
Smart Food popcorn close second. But good cheese and crackers.
Oh yeah, but no, you don't even mean good cheese and crackers. Take that back. You don't mean French cheese.
Mean
you mean
Cabot.
Yeah, you mean like pre-sliced
That's
cheese.
good. What do you mean?
Yeah,
of course
no,
that's fucking good.
I know. To us, that's good, but we got to make sure the listeners know.
Okay, I don't
you're
need
not talking
fancy.
about,
no, I don't need fancy.
No.
I want sliced cheese that can go easily on a cracker.
You don't want.
I don't want to cut it.
You don't want to cut. You want pre-sliced.
They want to get me
cheddar
fancy cheese, then they got to cut it. And then, you know what I'll do? I'll do this. I'll do the Gertrude Hawk dark chocolate raspberry that I ate almost every day of high school because people would sell for $1 chocolate bars. And if you sold it for 4 years, you had to sell 48 boxes. You could go to Disney for free.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, we'll pay for you to go to Disney. So I didn't have to sell chocolate, but I was a consumer. Every single day, I was buying 2 to 3 chocolate bars a day.
You brought half the class to Disney.
I helped bring a lot of people to Disney. That's not an exaggeration.
Wow, good on you.
Yeah, I was a consumer, and the caramel, the milk chocolate caramel, and then the dark chocolate raspberry were my 2 favorites. So yeah, I'm going dark chocolate raspberry chocolate bar, sliced cheese and crackers, sweet tea.
I truly believe that we should get a last meal, and then on the way out they go, you know
treat.
what? Let's give them a treat on the way.
Yeah, but they also love ice cream.
I know there's so much.
Yeah,
you know
I need
what?
a dessert, and then treat should be separate from dessert too.
Totally.
Yeah.
I didn't include a dessert, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
And I in my head, I'm like, why didn't I say honey bun? Why didn't I say cookies?
I know.
Like a McFlurry, or you know what I mean? Like, like a
milkshake.
Oh God, something like that.
I know. You were telling me that your nephew just started liking milkshakes, and to be someone who just discovered milkshakes must be crazy. I remember when I first discovered milkshakes. What?
What happened when you first discovered?
I think I wanted them. You just want them constantly.
Well,
you're like, this is the craziest thing to ever happen.
Well, you know that he drank too and threw up. Did I say that?
No.
When we went, we flew too close to the sun, man.
Okay.
We went to Fuddruckers.
I didn't know that milkshakes was the reason.
Yeah, we went to Fuddruckers.
2 in a row?
Well, he got a large, and it was he filled up his glass twice, instantly threw up.
Okay.
Can I tell you a secret now?
What?
Never had a milkshake.
You've never had a milkshake?
I know.
Are you going to ever try one?
I don't know, man. I don't know if
Dude, it's crazy
I
good.
just don't know if I need to be introducing that shit in my life.
I feel
you. Know what I
That's
mean?
why I haven't had a hot dog.
I just don't need to be introducing
point,
milkshakes. I'm 34 years old.
Wow, you've never had a milkshake.
What are we doing? I don't need to throw a milkshake into this
you don't like
debacle of a man.
You don't like milk that much.
I don't like milk that much. But I'm sure I would like a milkshake.
Because
it's like good ice. It is.
You get it at an ice cream place.
Yeah,
you don't get like.
I'll get Oreos and shit.
I've been down bad in the middle of the country, and you get the ones that they have like machines in the Quick Check or like in the convenience store where you can just basically get ice cream and you put it in a machine.
Totally.
And they do it for you there, which is not good.
Never had.
A cookies and cream milkshake though is wild.
I know. I've never had. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe one day you try it.
I feel like I could be can introduce oysters into my life. I don't feel like I'm at a
You've
place.
never had oysters?
I know I have, but I'm just saying in theory, right? I could be like, I'll try an oyster.
You could have a milkshake for the first time, but I mean, you've had a lot of really good things at this point, so it wouldn't be as mind blowing. Because I feel like somebody who's your nephew's age has not had like things blow his mind on a food level. No. Like you don't care about food when you're a kid because you're like, this is just to kind of get me through my life.
Yeah.
Food is almost a chore.
Yes.
But then you learn about milkshakes and you're like, oh wow.
That's why his favorite place is Five Guys.
Yeah.
Because they do a milkshake.
Yeah.
He gets a hot dog and a milkshake.
I would get strawberry milkshake.
My nephew's
and
favorite
cookies and cream. Those are the two of the best.
My nephew's favorite meal is our 2 foods that neither of us has tried combined.
Hot dog and a milkshake.
Yeah.
That is funny. Yeah, I've never had a hot dog. You've never had a milkshake.
I've never had a milkshake.
That's wild.
I mean, who knows? Maybe
one day you try it.
Maybe one day I'll try.
Really good one.
I would.
And
only
it would have to be cookies and cream, I think.
I love cookies and cream.
Yeah, because the cookies and cream milkshake is like
elite.
Yeah, one of the best.
Because
you get little Oreo chunks in the milkshake.
It's like boba tea for boba tea for sugar addicts.
Yeah,
like boba tea for children. I love that. I never had a boba tea either, but I'm sure you believe that.
Yeah.
I'm picky with some stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of dessert, I think I have an announcement to make.
This has been an announcement pod.
This is an announcement pod. I've seen enough. I think cake is back. I think cake had a moment and a period of time over the last decade where it really got to a place that I did not like. Cake is the champagne of desserts.
Okay.
Cake is for special occasions. Cake is an elevated, even if you don't have a lot of money, the importance behind a cake felt like it got lost on the general public when we were making these fire truck cakes. PS2 is a cake. This microphone, some of the most unaesthetic things in the world were like, oh, isn't it cool? You could turn it into a cake. No, it's not cool.
You want a cake.
I want a fucking cake.
We want a, if we say ball gown, we want a ball gown.
Exactly.
We don't want like you wearing a denim.
Yeah.
And making it long.
We're not making gimmick champagne.
I'll tell you this, man. I love that so much because you walk by a person eating a cookie, you go, you're having a moment. You walk by a person eating a donut, you go, I hope you're okay. You walk by a person sitting outside eating a piece of cake, you go, who is this classy man and how do I get his life?
100%.
How do I get this man's essence inside of me?
Yes.
What type of life do you live that you could sit down and when you eat cake, it is mandatory that you only use these 2 fingers to eat.
With the fork.
With the fork. You keep these other 3 up because you know you're eating something fancy. Yum. Cakes did go too far.
It was ridiculous, and it got me turned off to cake.
Well, because
and now there's these nice looking classical, this trend of like, it looks nice, it tastes good, it's simple, it's not funny. Cakes are not meant to be funny.
Keep comedy out of cakes.
Keep comedy out of cakes.
We need to. I hate when you show up and someone's got a hilarious cake.
Unless they're a child. You turn 13 years old, that's my cutoff. 13 years old, you need to take cake seriously.
I think, I agree with you. I think that cakes like that were made in fun shapes are made for children.
Yes.
Like a fire truck cake should be for a child, not because it's been 40 years of engine 42 open.
Yeah. And you know what? Even that to me isn't for the child because the child doesn't fucking know the difference or care. Get the kid a fire truck and a nice cake.
Yeah.
We don't need to combine. The kid will be fine. The kid, what is it? For 2 seconds? Oh my God, it's actually a cake. And then you got to eat this weirdly shaped. I like the classic shape of a cake. I like the classic slice of a cake.
Can I tell you something about these cakes?
What?
Fancy cakes. These cakes in weird shapes. They use something called fondant.
Okay, that's what the trick is.
They cut it into a shape and then they put fondant on it.
Okay.
And you know what's disgusting?
What?
Fondant.
Okay.
Fondant is gross.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to eat a fondant cake ever.
Okay.
You know what you want to eat? Buttercream.
Yeah.
A buttercream cake is good. If I go someplace and they go, it's a T-Rex fondant cake, I go, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Give me a plain piece of buttercream.
Yeah, buttercream, strawberry shortcake, a banana cream, red velvet, fucking cheesecake, Carvel ice cream cake, all of these things, and make them look like a fucking cake.
When I was a kid,
7-layer.
The fanciest thing you would get on a cake is a chocolate-covered strawberry.
Yes.
That was like, wow, look at this cake.
I love that.
We would go, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah.
This fruit covered in chocolate on top? This is amazing. Let me get a chocolate-covered strawberry.
Yeah, with little bits of strawberry in the cake.
And then some sprinkles on top.
Oh, my God, incredible.
Yeah, but now, instead, they got rid of the flavor because rich people started buying it.
Yeah,
they got rid of the flavor. It's for the gram.
Weird aesthetic for Instagram. No, you don't. It's to eat and celebrate with the people around you, the people that you love. It's not a flex. Everything doesn't need to be a flex on Instagram.
No.
And this is a flex. In my opinion, it's way more of a flex to have a classy piece of cake. Because then once you dismantle it, it's like, what are you eating? Oh, I'm just eating this weird, not that good tasting, really expensive dessert. Yeah. Where Oreo tastes better. The cake should taste better than an Oreo.
Yeah.
And I don't think it passes the Oreo test a lot of times with these fancy fucking cakes.
That's a good call.
Or not fancy. Whatever they are. Gimmick cakes. That's what I should call them. Gimmick cakes, I don't think pass the Oreo test.
We have to remember, I guess, yeah, you'll post on Instagram, but who's eating the fucking cake?
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Let me eat the cake.
Ridiculous. Carrot cake I've had recently. That was really good. Good cakes I've been around.
Cakes are back this summer.
And they're not. I think cakes are back for sure. And take it seriously if you're going to get a cake.
Yeah,
none of this gimmick.
Please, people, take it seriously.
You're not 15 years old.
If you're a
12,
child, I don't care.
You're a child. You're in high school even trying to be funny. We used to have like the screen print cakes. You had a funny picture of you.
Sure.
You could do something like that.
Yeah.
I think that moment's probably passed. I don't think I would have loved that trend either if I had a podcast at the time.
No.
But it is nice. The classic cake does feel like it's back.
Even my nephew, when he had his dinosaur cake, my sister just put dinosaur. It was a green cake. It looked a little dinosaur-y, and then
put in little plastic things.
little plastic things on top.
Beautiful.
Great. You remove them, and then you still have a good cake.
Yes. Because the cake was also for the adults.
My sister's going to be so pissed.
Why?
Because I think she did more than that.
Oh, really? Sorry.
I think she did a volcano thing that you put like stuff in.
Okay, so maybe she did a nice job.
My nephew was turning 4.
Yeah.
And she made the cake herself.
Yeah.
Everything applies except for my sister.
I mean,
for study abroad and for. Now let's talk about the person not having children.
I think there's a lot.
Living in New York rather than Jersey. Yeah. Oh God.
I think we made a clear caveat that for children, it is what it is. It's clearly made for children. But no, cakes are back, and I'm happy to see it.
I'm happy that we had a nice
food bonding session.
Food bond, like
Food's the best.
This was truly a good food bonding episode. Let us know.
We haven't had a lot of good food together recently.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I don't know when we will.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, we eat.
We just don't have money. If we had money, we would go to places in New York.
We eat together. It's just not great food. It's just like basic, boring.
We eat good food here. I guess out. We haven't had like an out experience.
Yeah, when we went out, we just had chicken cheesesteaks.
Yeah,
but that's not good.
That's the mall.
This is beautiful. Thank you all for listening. Go check out the Patreon if you want to see our fun adventure. Also, if you want, go check out our sponsors today, Magic Mind. You could use that promo code LOUDABOUTNOTHING20 to get 20% off your offer. The link will be in the description. Also, Sunset Lake CBD, if you want to get a little funky and have a little fun, use that promo code LOUD, and you could get 20% off your order there to have a little summertime fun. Nothing's better than enjoying a little something before going to a summertime event.
Yeah.
Beautiful, Robbie. Hit the music.